Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. It is Tuesday night, and we are live and in effect as I report to you from behind this plastic microphonic device with none of my brain tied behind my back because I need every single brain cell front and center just to keep up. Hope everybody is doing well here tonight. As we get through this, a couple of announcements real quick here. I will not be on Friday night. I try to have another engagement I need to attend, so I will not be here for Friday night. However, to make up for it, tomorrow we will have a special live event. That's right. That's all I'll say about that until you see more information about that. And after, by the way, after this live event that I'm going to have tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time is over, you'll know exactly what it is. Isn't that interesting how that works? That's right. Good to see you guys. All right, let's get right into some of the comments here. We got Mo says, a part of me, not all, doesn't want to see silver go up to crazy price and stay there for good because then the greatest mystery would die. But when it drops in price, I'm not pleased one bit. Yep, I know, I hear you. It's crazy how psychology works with the markets and pricing and the like. All right, one of my worst performing videos of the year, which I think is probably one of the better videos I've done. It's ironic how things are. But anyways, Joseph Berg says, better get ready for oil being $150 a barrel, says Goldman Sachs. Well, it looks like it's not happening. Oil price is down pretty dramatically here. I report on that here tonight in my newest video, not because of shale oil depletion. Sal, did you pick up my 1 ounce gold kangaroo? I sat it down right next to yours. Yes, I do have it. So reach out to me to get it back. All right, good to see you guys. Good to see Jay Unleashed is here. Big J rolling. JP Harrell is here, and Backyard Bullion is here. Good to see you, Backyard. Long time no see. We got Michael K with us here tonight. A lot of good folks here. Appreciate you popping in here, everybody. All right, we got Jeff Curtis from the live here, from the Sunday Night Live, says this. But before we get to that, we got Grumpy Grandpa. Oil up, silver down. Yeah, actually, it's the opposite right now, but that's what it was just a day or so ago. That's how volatile the market's up. Thank you, Grumpy Grandpa. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my friend. And we'll catch that on. Let's see actually what's happening right now. Yep. Well, they'll open in a minute. It takes about a minute to showcase there, but we'll get there. So let's see here. We'll catch those push-ups. If anything else comes by through, we'll get some push-ups and add two to it. Thanks to Grumpy Grandpa. Jeff Curtis, I'm very bullish about silver. It's no exaggeration to say that silver is the future, high-tech world of data centers, etc., and the smart everything else needs silver. That's right. Right now it's grossly undervalued, and it could hit a far lower gold-silver ratio and surprise everybody. No production line selling $30,000 cars will stop manufacturing if they have to pay $400 an ounce, as they only need small amounts. That's true. That's the misnomer. People think that they can't get silver price too high without them needing it, but you know, there's per product, there's not a lot of silver per product out there, so that's a good point. But we'll see where it goes with silver. It's tough to say what's going to happen. But as I said, on January 1st, that I think this year we could see silver still touch $50 an ounce, and would still be a very good thing considering the history of silver's price over the last decade and, well, last 2 decades. All right. Let's see here. Mad Max says, have governments stopped printing money? No, that's all I need to know. Stack, hold, repeat. That's right. And the M2 money supply has increased. If you go to the Federal Reserve and look up there, and I showed this in my last debt clock video about how it's gone up so much, the money supply. So that's right. That's all you need to know. Just keep on holding on with gold and silver. Whoa, thank you so much to Shadow Sun with 5 Salivate Metal gift memberships across the bow. Thank you, Shadow Sun. I really appreciate that so much. Very kind of you indeed. And let's see here. Let's give you 5 push-ups, and we'll do 2 more for Grumpy Grandpa. We're expecting like 3 or 4 scammers to call us. So stay tuned. About 6:15. They should be calling us. All right, here we go. 7 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, there we go. Nice, thank you. For those of you new here, for every dollar donated via Super Chat or every gift donated, I do 1 push-up or exercise. If it's via PayPal friends and family, I do 2 of those exercises or push-ups. So thank you guys for that. I appreciate it as we move on up here. I'm going to go through these fairly quickly because we do have some scammers calling. We prioritize the scammers on this live stream. That's how we do it. So Jesus loves Americans. The good news is that silver steadily hovering in the mid-80s. The tech thieves are going to tank it when they need more. But what happens when it turns out the People's Republic of Washington State put a 10% tax on metal? The narrow escape for me, and it just encourages me to hold it tighter. There you go. Hold on tight. I hate when these states do that. They add taxes. For many years they didn't charge taxes, and now they are going to be. It's crazy. All right. Kelly Gage has just signed up to become an honorary citizen. Thank you, Kelly Gage. Appreciate that on your own accord. Welcome. Good to see you. Heather is here. Her mining stocks have already tripled. Wow. That's amazing. All right. Good to see Littlefoot is here as well. Naran the Boston. It should go up, but how come most Mondays it drops around 10, 11 a.m.? Well, I have not been keeping up to see what happens there, where the drops are occurring, but how that occurs. I know Fridays we usually get smackdowns, but there have been exceptions of that more often lately. But yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of it is because when the markets open up and people want to take profits from positions they may have had, especially if it's a really high Friday or Thursday, and they're profit taking, and a lot of this stuff is written in algorithms and are like, whoa, Michael K with 5 Salivate Metal gift memberships across the bow. Thank you, Michael K. Appreciate you so much. Let's give him 5 push-ups. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Michael K., you were the man. All right. Okay, let's get over here to this and see what Shane Applegate says. Sal, I love your content, so take this with a grain of salt. I get so sick to death of hearing about the silver short and how we are running out of silver. I've literally been listening to this for years and years now, like a broken record. Meanwhile, my local LCS can't even fit another silver dime in their monster safe. I've yet to visit the first LCS in the tri-state area that does not have a plethora supply of precious metals. Yeah. And Shane, that just goes to show you the nuance. What I talked about in this video is about the COMEX is running out. Their vaults are getting drained at an unexpected pace. It's a silver shortage there, not at your local coin shop, especially for constitutional silver. That stuff is in abundance. This is why you can get it for under spot. Even to this day, you can get it for under spot. So make no mistake that I designate precisely where the shortage is and where it's running out. It's not at your local coin shop in most cases, although there are exceptions to that as well. All right, Kelly Gage, thank you for the 10 spot. He says, I'm at 140 ounces, even though $120 silver. Let's go. The pressure is on. Nice. Okay. So, nice. Congratulations. Did you buy those 140 ounces at $120 at the high? But yeah, you hang in there. That's where you got to hang tough, Kelly Gage. Thank you so much for that. And, excuse me, I got a piece of cinnamon stuck in my throat. And I'm going to give you 10 more push-ups for that. So thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. Let me get over here, get this ready. Get that away. But that is awesome. Congratulations. That's holding on with the diamond fist right there. That's what that's about. Yes, indeed. All right. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Exerting some energy here. I did have a protein shake, so I'm hoping it will translate to a little bit of more muscle that will pop in. Yes, indeed. There you go. Thank you. Well, Kelly Gage, I tell you what, you are amazing because you bought at the high, and you're not deterred by any stretch in any way, shape, or form. You're holding on. I think that is awesome. That is amazing. All right. All right, let's see here. So thank you, Shane, and I do appreciate your thoughts on this. And I understand that because so many people talk about the shortage and they think that silver is completely running out, and that's just not true. So thank you for the way you posted this. And for your thoughts on this. Okay. CryptoFin says here, silver is being manipulated. It will probably drop to $60 to $70 as the fiat stamps out more into more oil and natural gas due to the war. I think this year is an attempt to put metals into a lull by speculators. Yeah, it's really hard to say what's going to be. I know we've got Jane Street we talked about taking advantage of the volatility and some of the trades to amplify that more to their advantage. And there's some trades that happen in that regard, but I don't think it's necessarily a suppressive force, but I could see silver pulling back as well. We'll see here. All right, let's see where we're moving up here. We've got I'll always imagine says, after the Epstein, half or more of U.S. Congress, J.P. Morgan, Federal Reserve, and all others involved no longer exist, only then shall silver be revealed as more valuable than gold. Well, there's no way in any way, shape, or form, under any circumstance, that silver is going to be more valuable than gold. And it's not going to be on a 1-to-1 ratio with gold. There's no situation anywhere where that's going to happen. People need to get that out of their head. They're getting that from a few, very few select influencers out there that are stating that, and I don't know why. I mean, one can guess, but still, that's incorrect information. And sorry. Let's see here, and let's see. We've got Master Blaster. All the oil puns I thought were slick, but they were crude. I'll try to be more refined. I love it. You win comment of the day, Master Blaster. I wish you were here to hear me respond to this. That's brilliant. I love it. I love it. That's great, Master Blaster. Awesome. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. We've got this. We're minutes away from some of the scammers calling us here. I am hearing reports from Economic Ninja that there are lots of silver. Then again, I have lost trust in him since he pumped and then dumped cryptos. But if Sal says silver is running out, then I believe him. There are others that say the same. Well, remember, it's not that it's running out in general. It's only running out of the Shanghai Gold Exchange, Futures Exchange, and the COMEX and LBMA, I think. Although the LBMA, I may not be as up. They're not quite as transparent with some of their publishing of their data, but I think their vaults have stayed relatively steady. I think they've been relatively steady for a while, so I don't know what's going on with the LBMA, but it is going out other places. But thank you. Yes, indeed. This could also be good for world peace. I love America, but I hate the district of criminals that has been taken over by bankers, corporates, and military-industrial complex. All right. Very good. Thank you. All right. Appreciate your thoughts on that. There's Master Blaster. Yeah, that was brilliant. I love that comment. Good to see you. Big J rolling. A-Dub is here. Welcome, A-Dub. We got Shotgun Susie. Shama is here. Good to see you. And let's see here. We have got Cleaner Guy coming in with this about the video that we did the other day. I truly believe silver and gold are going to tank. All assets are far overvalued. The amount of money in the system is insane. Private credit is going to crash it. I'm stacking fiat until there's a sale. There will be metal sale in the next couple of months. Then the moon is on tap. All right, there you go. It's a lot of different opinions, and there's some good reasoning behind some of the feelings of the opinions. I predicted that silver would be in a bubble and then crash from that bubble, and that's exactly what happened, which means it's going to be a tough road. But we could see, at the rate we're going now, we could see a slow climb back up to $100 in a week if it goes on the same trajectory. But really, anything could happen between now and then too. That could stave it off or go into another bubble again. It's hard to say. But right, let's get over here and see what we've got with another comment. I'm going to get into today's video's comments here in just a moment. Silver Sleuth says, won't be too long before the true value of silver is realized. Paper price manipulation should be discarded from the equation. In my opinion, time will tell. In the meantime, hold on to what you got. And that's just it. I do videos every day talking about the markets and what happens with the price day to day, which is important, but in the grand scheme of things, it really is noise. obviously I contribute to the noise because I'm doing precious metal news. However, I always preach on holding on long term. I preach on it so much, so in fact, that I created a silver round to that very effect. If you go to summitmetals.com, you can click on the link in the description of this video, or you could go to Summit Metals and search for diamond. And if you do that, you'll see the diamond fist silver round here. And it's about pressure and time, holding on with the diamond hands term, which was a silver squeeze movement term that was created. And you hold on to that thing, not just with your hands, you tighten it up in a fist like that. And you have that tightened grip about that silver, and you're holding it long term. That's what it means to have a diamond fist, folks. And so that's what that round is all about. In stock, available. And Summit Metals, by the way, check them out. Even if you don't buy a diamond fist round, check them out for their services. They got a lot of cool things there you can look at. A great company, great customer service. Somebody just commented recently that their customer service was absolutely amazing. They had a really pleasant experience with it. And not everybody. I've heard some complaints too from people, and they've reached out to me personally on this, and I actually followed up personally with the owners, and come to find out that those people were unreasonable. And after trying very hard to get that stuff worked out. But they take their customers very, very seriously. Okay, here comes a scammer. Thank you, CCT, for posting a link to the Diamond Fist round. Let's take a scammer, shall we? Hello?
Yeah, Jim, hi. It's Stephen Baker.
Hi.
Remember, we had a scheduled call for Tuesday. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for calling. You're right on time. That's unusual. I appreciate that. Nice.
Yeah, I'm a very, well, at least schedule-wise, I'm a very spot-on guy. So,
right, very good.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Well, I'm a very punctual guy. I'm a very punctual guy, in so much that if I ever end a sentence, it's going to either be a period, an exclamation point, or a question. But if I do leave a question after the sentence, that means it's not a sentence anymore. It's a question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
so I like to be punctual. I like to be punctual as well. So there you go. How may I serve you today, Steve?
All right. So, Jim, as you spoke with Duke, and what we do as
Wait a second. Let's back up there. As I spoke with Dukin, who's Dukin?
Duke. You know, we spoke with Duke one time, and he mentioned on the initial call that you guys had, and then I took over. He mentioned probably that we as a company can help you reduce the payments and the balance on these MCA loans that you're currently dealing with.
Right, that's right. I think that would be great. I want to deal with these loans. I'm going to get rid of them. I also want to get rid of the echo that's on the line. Can you hear that echo?
No, I don't hear an echo. Well, at least not from this side. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm hearing it from this side. Let me see if the slurp picks it up. Hold on. No, it didn't pick up the slurp. So apparently it's just the voice that echoes, but not the slurp.
I don't know. Maybe my headphones suck. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, could be.
So, Jim, look, first, just for you to be aware, this conversation, the only thing I'm offering on the very first call is it's called a free business proposition proposal. So we're going to give you options on how much we can reduce. Then if you like...
Okay, hold on. Can we stop right there? Steve, can we stop right there? Isn't a proposition and a proposal the same thing? Isn't that redundant?
Yeah, it is. Sorry about
okay,
that.
no, that's okay. That's all right. The worst thing about, one of my biggest pet peeves is redundancies. Those are the worst kind of redundancies. When there's a redundancy that's redundant, those are the worst kind of redundancies. You know what I mean? Because those kind of redundancies tend to repeat themselves. You know what I mean?
I got you. I understood that. Yeah. Sorry about that.
No. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay. I probably won't hold that against you 7 years from now when we speak again.
Well, yeah. Let's see if you're a client of ours. Let's see how it goes.
Okay. All right. Very good.
All right. So, Jim, one of the lenders I know is Shore Funding Solutions.
Yes,
right?
Shore Funding Solutions. They've been a thorn in my side forever and 7 days.
All right. And with all of these loans combined, how much are you paying per week, let's say?
Per week, I'm paying about $1,200 a week on these, and it's really getting my grit. If you don't understand what I'm saying.
$1,000 per week. All right. And do you know the overall balance on all of the loans combined? Even approximate would help.
Yeah, it's about $320,000 with all the loans combined. 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 But that's a long echo there. That one's a really long echo.
Gotcha. So 320,000 on all of the loans. All right.
Right.
So basically, what we can do, all right, depending on the lenders and the terms as well, we can reduce these payments by at least 40%, and the
Oh.
overall balance. That's right. And the overall balance by 20% or more. I'm
So
saying
wait a second.
20% at least.
You're saying that you can pay that the loan will go down by 40% and I won't owe 20%. I'll be free and clear of 20% of that 300 and some thousand? 300 and some thousand?
Yeah, from the 320,000, that is correct. We can reduce at least 20%. I'm saying at least because that is the minimum performance standard, all right? I don't want to overpromise you anything before we see all the terms that you have with all the lenders. It might be more, but I don't want to overpromise you anything. So
well, let's talk about
of the balance at least.
Let's talk about the worst case scenario. 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 Worst case scenario.
Worst case scenarios, we can cut the balance by from 320,000. We can take minus 64,000 out of the balance. So let me just give you a second. Minus 64,000. So instead of 320,000, your new balance will be 256,000.
Nice.
Worst case.
Well, that's pretty good. That's better. Now, I will say that I saw a TV ad for Rocket Loans that offered to consolidate my loans and reduce them by 22%. Have you ever heard of?
That's what I said. I don't know. On TV, on ads on TV.
Yeah, it's an ad on the television screen. Yeah, that said that by 22%. Rocket Loans.
I mean, maybe they wanna. If it's Rocket Loans, they might wanna refinance you because they say Rocket Loans, but we're not refinanciers.
Okay.
The only thing we do is just a reduction. We're not here to give you another loan on top of all
what
these
will
loans.
The people that I get my loan from, what will they say when they're not getting $64,000 back? They're going to be pretty mad at me.
All right. So, Jim, just for you to be aware, you're still going to pay them.
Yeah.
Right? The thing is, they're not going to get as much as they originally thought they would get.
I know.
So this is how we go with these lenders. They know that these loans are with high interest, and they know that they're irregulated. You can even check the contracts that you have with the lenders. On some of them, it will say purchase of future receivables. That is a legal verbiage that they use in order for them to be able to give you such a high percentage on a quote-unquote loan, because they're not even loans, And that is the only reason why we are able to use bulk amount of debt as leverage and to go with them to lower the balance and the payments. If it was a bank loan, we cannot help you. But since you have MCA loans, we can go and negotiate with them. All right?
Yeah, because I can't say no to net loans. Whenever I get a call from the loan scammers, I always tell them yes because I can't say no to anybody. That's a fault of mine.
I mean, they're loan sharks with suits. That's what I call them.
Right. They're loans.
This is me.
Hello?
Nathan from earlier. Richard, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, it's Nathan from earlier. I told you I was going to call you around this time.
Yes, you're actually 7 minutes late. Steve was actually punctual. He was right on time. Say hello to Steve. Say hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, Nathan. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm sorry about that. I was actually on a call with a client. I was giving me a rough time, but listen, I remembered. I've been keeping Richard in mind for quite a while. Obviously the first time I tried communicating with him, he was a little hard to reach. I get it. You guys are super busy.
Actually, no, I'm not hard to reach. I always answer the phone. I'm not hard to reach at all.
Mm-hmm. Well, I called the first two times I called you. You were in the middle of something. It's just
Well, yeah, that's why we set up a specific time for you to call me. And usually when people set the time on their calendar, because remember, Nathan, I specifically told you, I'm going to put this on my calendar, and I look forward to seeing you there. I've been sitting here twiddling my thumbs, singing La La tunes and Echo with Steve over here, waiting for Nathan to call me. I was about to get one of those Nathan hot dogs and eat that, thinking, well, maybe if I eat a Nathan's hot dog, Nathan will call me.
Well, I love the Nathan's hot dogs, and I apologize for being 7 minutes late, sir.
That's okay.
That was a punctuality issue on my part. But just because I'm curious, right, I do want to resume, the sort of topic of conversation at hand.
Right.
What exactly were you guys looking for? Was it a line of credit, a term loan? I know you're getting a lot of calls from the MCA guys.
Right, and so I'm glad that you're adding to that call list. So I want to get $120,000 from you, so that Steve can lower the amount because he says that people like you are loan sharks with suits. Are you wearing a suit today, Nathan?
Well, I'm actually not wearing a suit. I'm wearing pretty comfortable clothes. I'm wearing a hoodie right now. The thing is, the loan sharks I get, like the people with a high interest, short-term capital,
right.
That's just how that program is structured.
And that's not you because you're one of the good guys, aren't you?
Of course. I mean, listen, anyone could tell you they're a good guy. The only way I could share I'm one of the good guys is if, obviously we put the contracts and the terms in front of you.
Right.
It's the terms that you actually like. At the end of the day, I'm trying to get you qualified for the better programs, and I can let you know right off the bat because I don't like to waste people's time.
Right.
All right. So, what are you looking for? Is it a term loan, 2 to 5 years?
Well, let's first revisit this bat thing. You said let's get this right off the bat. What kind of bat is it? Is it an aluminum bat? Is it a wooden bat? Does it have barbed wire wrapped around it? Can we get a description of the bat?
Right off the bat? Well, I mean, that's just an expression, honestly, I wanted to get...
Okay, I must not be familiar with that expression because I'm from Bangladesh, so those American expressions they kind of, fall by the wayside here. I'm like, when the cows come home is the expression I use here in India because we like to bathe in the river Ganges with the cattle. It's a fun thing we do. Yeah, it's a fun thing.
The funny thing is, Richard, it sounds like you're messing with me, man, because you don't really have the most Indian accent that I've ever heard.
No, Bangladesh. I'm from Bangladesh, so of course I'm not going to have an Indian accent. I'm from Bangladesh.
Or a Bangladeshi accent, I'm sorry.
Do you know what a Bangladesh accent sounds like, Nathan?
I have a lot of friends who are actually from Bangladesh. I just mixed the two up. That's why I said
Okay,
India.
What's the capital of Bangladesh?
Okay, I don't know.
It's Dhaka. It's Dhaka. Dhaka.
He said Dhaka.
Dhaka, yeah. That's the capital of Bangladesh. I would know because I live there. I'm there right now. I'm chilling with my homies here in Dhaka.
Okay, sir. So, listen, did you want to secure the line of credit?
Yes, I would like to get the line of credit, and we're going to immediately roll that over so that Steve can save me a bunch of money on it. So if you're going to give me $120,000, I'm probably only going to have to pay about $95,000 of it back. So.
Okay. So you want to open the line for 120?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm hearing right now?
Yeah. Wait till you ask. I can't wait till you ask me how much I earn per month. This is going to be the banger here when you ask me how much I earn per month.
Okay. Well, how much are you earning per month?
98,000 every single month. Every single freaking month is 98K.
It's 98K every single month.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? Is that pretty cool? Is that bragging rights there?
Well, I mean, you guys are generating around 1.2 mil per year. I mean,
yeah, but it's $98,000 a month, every single month.
Yep. Yeah, which is a good range. I mean, it's right on the dot. I mean, what's the overhead looking like?
Actually, it's not on the dot. It goes in my wallet. It doesn't go in any dots. In fact, I don't have a dot on my forehead either because I'm from Bangladesh. It's the Indians that have the dots. I don't have the dot.
You're a funny guy, man. I can tell you like to mess around a lot, but obviously, you are Bangladeshi. You don't have that dot on your forehead. I do want to work with you. At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, you want to wait till the end of the day to work with me, or can you work with me around mid-afternoon and maybe late evening?
Okay. Well, right now it's around late evening, and I'm actually about to head home in the next 10 minutes. So would you like to submit over the documents stuff so we could generate all the contracts?
Yeah, let's submit the old documents and the contracts and we'll get the what do they say over there in the United States? Get the ball rolling. Is that what they say? Right off the bat?
Yes.
I love the baseball references. They're my favorite of all time. But don't worry, I won't try to get to second base with you.
That's all right. I got a wife and I actually 2 kids right now.
Nice.
So,
I'm good. I'm happy for you.
I'm good on all the bases, man. So.
That's what she said.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what she said.
Right.
All right. So what's a good email for you?
The good one, a very good one, or the best email? Which one would you want? The good one or the best email? Because the best email you're going to like, because that one has won awards in the state of Washington, Montana, and the Canadian province of Alberta.
Okay. So can I get that email?
Yeah, that email is yt47 at CompuServe.net. That's yt47 at CompuServe.net.
How do you spell that?
Yeah, compu, like pew as in stinky, CompuServe.net.
Pew? So
Yeah.
P-E-W?
No, that's like yucky. Yeah, that's a different kind of yucky pew, you know, but it's P-U. Like P-U,
Yeah, okay.
like ew, that stinks. P-U, you know what I'm saying? Think of computer, and think of the letters P and U in computer, and apply that to CompuServe. That's how I remember it.
Uh-huh.
It's one of those. It's one of those up and coming ISPs. They're brand new on the block. You know, they're gonna take 2026 by storm.
Okay. Yeah, give me 1 second.
Who is that yelling at you?
I'm sorry, no, that was our direct lender. Actually, he wants me to follow up with him on a deal right now.
Yeah, tell me you're working on a bigger deal than he's got. I'll hold.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah, I'll hold while you tell him that. I'll hold while you tell him that. Go ahead.
And I'm not gonna tell him.
Say, I got a bigger deal than what you got, sucker. Tell him just like that.
I'll tell him that. I'll tell him that once I get your statements. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell him that.
You want me a statement?
I'm on it.
You want me to give you a statement? You want me to? I'm going to quote Mr. Bean from his most famous movie where he doesn't talk at all, but he just does comedic acts. I'm going to quote from that whole movie. Are you ready? I just did it. But it's all just movements with my hands and facial expressions that are strange.
Okay, I'm sorry. So, can I text you on this number?
Yeah, you can text me. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna text you from my personal phone.
Okay.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm just cause I can't really understand the email. Okay, actually, why don't you just tell me the email letter for letter, and I'll type it out right now, and I'll send over the email with the application link, and then you can fill it out. I mean, if you are serious about moving forward, it's YT47. You want me to spell YT47 out for you? I got it. It's Young Tom.
No, it's not. My name is Richard, and I'm pretty old, actually.
Okay. YT47.
Yeah. At CompuServe.net. You want me to spell CompuServe for you?
Yes, please.
I'll serve it out right on the plate. It's the letter C as in cicada.
Okay.
The letter O as in orangutan.
Great.
And the letter M as in mnemonic, because mnemonic starts with an M. And then P as in pneumatics, because pneumatic starts with a P.
M as in Mary, or M as in Nancy, or N as in Nancy?
No, M.
C-O-M?
Yeah, I don't know anybody named Mary. M as in malevolent. M as in malevolent. And then
So
P as in pneumatic.
Okay.
And then S as in psalm. Even though psalm starts with a P. The book of Psalm.
Start with a P.
Yeah. All right. And then E as an echocardiogram. E as an echocardiogram. Okay. R as in rambunctious.
R. Serve. S-E-R-V-E, right?
No, I haven't finished yet. Don't get ahead of me here.
Okay.
V as in Valentine. All right?
V as in Valentine.
Because we're a couple of weeks away from Valentine's in the opposite direction.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then the last letter is silent, so I'm not going to tell you what that one is. Because that would be disrespectful.
Right? CompuServe, yes.
Yeah. And then .net is spelled dot, which is a period on your computer keyboard, and that is located next to the greater than sign on the lower.
Wait, is it CompuServe?
Yeah, yeah, CompuServe.
So,
Yeah, CompuServe.
so the PU,
Yeah, PU.
right?
Yeah, PU. It really stinks sometimes. Yeah.
.net. Okay, great.
.net. And then .net
So I
is
have
spelled N as in nunchucks, and then E as in elephantitis, which is the disease that John Merrick had back in 1885. Which, by the way, they thought that John Merrick was the Jack the Ripper. Did you know that?
Well, he's the elephant man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they suspected he was Jack the Ripper because he was in a hospital right near Whitechapel.
Oh, you know what's funny? He actually died laying down for the first time without a pillow.
Yep, his head was too heavy and it just snapped his neck. You snap your finger, you snap your neck. He was the original Prong fan. That's right, the band Prong.
Yes, I am actually aware. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, John Merrick. Yeah. What a very sad story.
Very sad. Very sad story.
One of my. Yeah, I mean, do you know anyone that was related to him or anyone with elephantitis?
Yeah, I saw a guy named Rocky. His mom was Cher, and so yeah, he had a pretty tough time. Rocky did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They even did a documentary on it. His mom was Cher.
Okay, so I did send you the email. Can you check it to see if
I don't have the ability to check my email on this phone. Since I'm in Dhaka, Bangladesh, we don't have the technology to be able to check our emails on our phones while we're talking on the phone.
Okay.
But I will go get it. I will go get it when I get back to a place where I can get some internet connectivity, and I will respond, and I will do it not in harsh ways. I'm gonna respond in kind, because I'm gonna be kind when I respond. Because that's always good business sense to be polite. I've heard that's what people have told me through the course of history that I've been alive.
Of course.
They say it's good to be polite with folks. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, well, you've been very polite with me.
Well, thank you,
touch
sir.
base again tomorrow, then.
I appreciate.
Well, I mean, if you could fill it out by today, that'd be amazing. But if not, obviously, I'm gonna bother you again tomorrow about that information. All right?
Right. Or I'll tell you what. Let's reconvene on Friday. Actually, we can't reconvene on Friday. We can reconvene tomorrow. Even though I've got other plans, I'm gonna make time out. If you want to call me around this same time, we can have a blast. Okay?
Okay.
It'll be a special event.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow at the same time, same bat channel. That's from a television show that we used to watch in Bangladesh back in the day. Okay?
Okay, but can I ask you this, right? If I don't have any sort of documentation by 6:15 tomorrow,
I
do
mean
you still want me to call
5:15.
you?
Yes, if you don't have any, because that means if that means don't have access to the email or something came up, so we'll need to reconvene. So if you don't hear from me by then, call me back tomorrow at the same time, because there's going to be yeah, exactly, yes, and we'll see what we can do. All right?
Yeah, sounds great. Sounds great, man.
Thank you, Nathan.
I really like talking to you, man. To be honest, you're a funny guy.
Well, I appreciate that. I like talking to you as well.
Okay, so we'll touch base again tomorrow. I'll call
Okay.
you around the same time on the dot.
Well, it doesn't have to be on the
Fine.
dot. It just has to be on the phone.
Well, exactly, because you're
Okay.
from Bangladesh, right?
That's right.
You're from India, so it's
And I don't have one of those dots
exactly.
in my head. That's right. Exactly. That's right. All right.
Exactly. All right, so I'll call you again tomorrow, man.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, enjoy the rest of your night.
You too. You too. All right, there we go. Oh, shoot. Oh, all right. Very good. Okay, well, since then, silver's went up to 22 cents right now, 88.66 right now. We get right back into the nitty-gritty of the comments. Appreciate you guys putting up with me. We're having a little fun here. And let's see here. All right, as we usually do in this point in time with the scammers. And that was just half of them that were supposed to call me. The other ones didn't call me. The other guy, Steve, he hung up. Let's see. I think he texted me. Oh, he says, don't listen to him. He's trying to give you more debt. Well, I think that's the statement we should say to our politicians. Don't listen to the politicians because they give us more debt. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right. We got Chad Wolf here with this bit of information. Says the following. Something's going on with silver. It's been acting weird now for the last couple of years. Good time to physically have it. Many years silver didn't do much. It wasn't really that exciting to physically hold it. Now it is. It sure is. It's going nuts. It's going crazy. Here we are. And we're getting used to the new normal. And so you throw around figures of what the range could be. Some people think you're crazy, but you've been around a long time. You know what could happen. All right. It says here, and Just Sam, his Diamond Fist round is out for delivery, so he should have it by now. That's awesome. Summit Metals round should be here next week. Awesome. I want to get one of those Summit Metal rounds. That's cool. And we have this here as we peruse through the broadcast here. After stacking myself, I have come to realize this is all a scam. The dealers have you buy metals for a premium. Then when you sell, they give you less. Well, that's not a scam. That's called the cost of doing business. And it's the same thing if you did anything else, bought anything else, and you used it and sold it. In order to profit, the metals have to increase more than the loss you incur, and that it takes a very long time. Exactly right. It's not a scam. Metals are not a great investment at all. They're not an investment at all. That's not how they should be viewed. They're not, and by the way, CDs are not investments either, by the way. CDs, very rarely do you make money on CDs. Very rarely do CDs interest rate surpass inflation, especially when you count other things a little bit beyond CPI. So, yeah. Mike V, I'm sorry. I hope you hear the response to this. And I hope you watch my playlist called Silver Basics, where I talk about a lot of those principles. I've got over 8,700 videos, and I've talked about that incessantly. You should never look at silver as an investment or as a way to get money. And yeah. All right. Anyways, okay, very good. Let's move on here to the next one. Hobo Bill from this video from yesterday. There's always an Arquillium battle cruiser or a Carillion death ray or intergalactic plague that is about to wipe out all the life of the miserable little planet. The only way that these people can get on with their happy lives is that they don't know about it. All right. Agent K. All right. Quote from a movie. I'm not sure which one that is. Almost sounds like that's from the Orwell show. Let's see here. We got Shanker. With this, I'm sure they still have a strategy to run the business, even if they're out of stock. Apart from the margin, there may be new weapons to demonstrate soon. Yeah, the vaults are not going to. The COMEX is not going to fall anytime soon. Neither is the Shanghai Gold Exchange or any of that. But they are getting lower at a more rapid pace than even before, because these are numbers that I quoted were new numbers that came out. That's why I did the video. All right, but never in the video did I say it's going to collapse or any of that. So expose Pokemon. Everyone just buy silver so we can end the Federal Reserve System. It's all scam. The paper money is fake. Well, I tell you, I think that the more people that hold silver, the more empowering it's going to be. I really do, but I don't think that's going to cause the currency system to collapse anytime soon. The Crucinator, the markets are crashing, no fuel for miners, so most of them will stop production soon. No fuel for anyone. The food shortage are here already. Stone Age is back next week. All right, I think he's being facetious there, but anyways, let's see. Okay, that was from Men in Black. Thank you, guys. Good audience here. I saw that, but it's been so long I forgot that quote. Thank you. That was from Men in Black. All right, let's get over here to this from William Wolford. The rules of supply and demand. When there's low supply and high demand, the price rises. That is, unless there's market manipulation. The good news is they can only attempt market manipulation for so long before it comes back to bite them hard. Inflation is the paper market. It comes crashing down when real physical supply is needed. The paper is worthless. Well, we're seeing sort of a separation, especially in the East, which is more sensitive to physical holdings than it is here in the West. So yes, all right, and higher premiums we're seeing here in the West too. So that's what we're seeing here. Steve says they are so desperate we are red in red territory. We'll see what happens in the next couple of reports that come out. It'd be very interesting to see if they replenish some of their stocks and how they're going to do that. Doug Shipley, I'm hoping for the best and preparing for the worst regarding the silver market. That was a very interesting piece of silver with the initial that shows color under the black light. I'm also curious as to what the thick silver round that you have sitting on top of the very impressive silver bar collection. Thank you for your informative video. Thank you, Doug Shipley. That is the Diamond Fist silver round available at Summit Metals. link in the description of the video that you just watched, and this live stream as well, if you get there. Yep, thank you so much. And Joel says, had a friend offer 78 ounces of generic silver bars and rounds for $6K. Good deal. I'd have to do the math on that. I don't have time to do it now, but look at spot price, calculate it per ounce, and you'll be able to tell whether it's a good deal or not. But Greg Olson says, Lloyd's of London says they will not insure ships through the Strait of Hormuz. Trump said he would do it, and ships are starting to go through. Lloyd's then added the Indian Ocean because the U.S. sunk a ship there. Silver crosses the ocean twice. Gas oil crosses once. All right, interesting. Yes, thank you for that information there. And Joshua Bedoge with this. Let me do this here, make this effective. Why would anyone want to continue to invest in these manipulated markets? You can't trust these people anymore, so unless the physical market finds a way to separate from the paper market, pointless to continue. Well, this is why people buy physical silver. Now, obviously, when you buy physical silver, you're buying it based off of the paper market price, but nonetheless, if the price goes down dramatically and it's suppressed like a lot of people say it is, well, then you got yourself a screaming deal. So you should load up on silver, right? If you feel so strongly about that. SH says silver and gold are moving together again as price is rising. The buying and selling are moving in the near perfect tandem. The big money continues to accumulate while suppressing price. It could not be clearer. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's we'll see. We'll see what happens. Buying and selling does go back and forth a lot. Some of it's algorithmic as well. So there that is. All right, thank you. Very good. Let's see here. There's 79 is with us. Willie Spencer is here. Good to see you. We've got Adams by Noel says here, if the customer service at Summit Metals was any better, it would have come with a happy ending. They're that good. That's amazing. Thank you, Adam. That's cool. So he's experienced some great customer service there. That's awesome. Very good. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. We got another text. Oh gosh, where did you get that dime? I had to get it from eBay, Littlefoot. I hope you're here. Littlefoot was in here earlier. I bought it on eBay for like $3-4. I forget. I think $3. I have to go back and look. I think it was $3. Jim Lee says, a Ponzi scheme finally imploding? It sure feels like it. We'll see how it plays out. If they continue at this pace, then it very well could. It very well could. Thank you, JM. Memoranda wrong. It's like I'd like it to end, but that would require believing. That comes out of the White House. All right. What comes out of the White House? Yeah. Well, but, I don't know. Again, I mean, there's a lot of people. Well, I won't say anything more about it until we run into some more comments. The Americans killed the guy's father and his wife, and they injured him, and they're just very angry. Good luck. Yeah. Well, yep. If he's angry enough to do something about it, he won't last long either. He's talking about the new mullah, the new Ayatollah. That is the centennial or the quincentennial emerging liberty dime is what that is. Very hard to find in public. I had to buy that, at least here on the East Coast. Carrie Taryn, what's certain is the uncertainty. That's true, Carrie. You're right. That ASC guy, thanks for the update. Also, good advice there at the end. Take a step back. Sometimes it's good to take a step back and just reassess and before we act irrationally. All right. We've got Jeff Coney. India is on pace to buy 70% of yearly production. Well, I don't know if that is quite a bit. Are you sure about that? That's an awful lot. Octagon-headed alien. Those 3-ounce poured silver bars in your background are so cool, Sal. Thank you. I appreciate it. I try my best to switch it up with different kinds of silver. I'm doing so. Thank you. Map to the Kingdom here says this. I'm not sure that silver's new low is going to be, but what I can say is that it does not close below 71.54 this year. Actually, it did. Oh, yeah, it did not close above that. It did get down below $65 briefly, one of those times. But today is March 9th. We are currently on day 67 of 2026. Yeah, so that is good. Puts it in perspective. All right, thank you, thank you. All right. Yeah, I'm with you, Shadow Sun. I wish they would have sold those dimes too. They miss an opportunity there. I would have bought some from the mint. All right, Just Sam received this summit round today. Congratulations, that's cool. And I'm going to go up here to today's videos. We're getting way down here, so let's go over here to some of this here from today. All right, from this morning's video, Bob Aruma says here, silver's true industrial value is around $100 per pound. The rest is speculative fluff, and when this collapses, a lot of people are going to get hurt. Silver is not gold. Well, you're talking about all-in sustaining cost, and I still think that's a little bit low, but anyways, but it is certainly lower than the spot price considerably. Treasurer Charger, more people are awakening to the fact that paper is just paper, physical is king. How long will it take for this idea for people to lose confidence in the petrodollar? Smart folks will squirrel away physical metals as they can afford to. You know, it's definitely a good thing to hold some physical on your person, for sure. I've always been a proponent of that, definitely. All right, and we've got this. We've got Silver Surfer. His estimated call for $500 silver is, in my view, conservative. Central banks have been buying large amounts of silver bullion quietly. Well, I only know of one, and that's Russia, and that's debatable as whether it's by the central bank or for their strategic reserve stockpile. He says they're greedy but not stupid, and don't be surprised if we see silver bullion at $1,000 or more per ounce in the next couple of years. Well, I'm sorry, I disagree with pretty much all of that, but I appreciate you sharing your thoughts there. All right, thank you, thank you. And Kirk Cooper says the Western companies that move their trading desks to the east realize this and are trying to play games over there. Interesting. Yep, we talked about that too. Maybe so. Ralph Reeves says, while the news talked about Trump and oil dropped off the cliff, JP Morgan quietly moved 167 million ounces into their control. Interesting. I've not heard that. Interesting, interesting. All right, Bozo says here, return to old government mandated ratios is crazy talk. Sal can call the folks here duped by the pumpers misinformed. I'll stick with crazy for believing them. Yeah, but that's something I'm probably going to have to do another video on again, because those fixed ratios and the mining ratios are wholly and completely independent of the natural market. It should never ever be used to calculate what the price should be. Jeff Shaw, hopefully 90% silver coinage will stop being melted because it will be too valuable. Yes, that would be nice. I think we're still a ways off from that, but that would be nice. All right. David Davey says, too much corruption on pricing and speculation. Keep on stacking. It's what I'm doing. All the noise is hard on nose. That's right. Keep on stacking indeed. Tiger Stacker is here. Thank you, Tiger Stacker. Hello, Uncle Sal. If we see physical confiscation, I think it will be silver first because of EV's Aeon military. What do you think, Uncle Sal? Well, first, let me give you 5 push-ups for that. Then I'll tell you what my thought is on it. Let's do it. All right. All right. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Thank you. All right. So, first of all, I do not think we're going to see silver confiscation under any scenario. There's just too much of it, and the government knows how to acquire and will acquire silver. Even though they've listed it as a strategic metal, it does not mean that it cannot be gotten. It does not mean that it's that rare and that they're going to bug the American citizenry for it. In fact, I would dare say it would be more expensive to try to confiscate it or to try to buy it back from us, much like they did Executive Order 6104. I just don't see that happening. It's just. But I think that if we were going to see confiscation, again, of the metals, I still think it would be gold over silver. precisely because it's treasured, and precisely because it could be that we don't really know exactly if they have the gold they say they have. I think they do, but if all these other nations have been accumulating at such a fast pace that any collection of them together, especially the BRICS nations, of course, the BRICS nations are really kind of in shambles right now because of what Trump's doing, the strategy there. But anyways, yeah, I still think it would be gold. But thank you. Good question. And thank you so much, Tiger. You were the man. Appreciate you. Great question indeed. All right. And let's see what we've got here. By the way, check out Tiger Stacker's channel. Good guy. Great channel. So hope you will give him a sub there. Molly Russell Ward says here, the only stress I see is in the folks who have bought silver lately and checked the price every day, not counting Sal. That's his job. That's right. Yes. Yeah, I know. I tell you, it can be pretty stressful. Yes, indeed. Very good. Let's see here. Rev says, listen, Sal, 3 sponsored ads before I get to see your channel. Never will happen, and if it happens, I unsubscribe. Well, Rev, you can always just skip past those ads. Every single content creator that has a following, this is how we make our money. That's our primary source of income. So good luck finding a channel that doesn't have ads. It's just, in fact, I'm very rarely getting any criticism for ads on the channel anymore because most everybody understands that very basic foundation of how that is. And so you can just skip the ads. And so if you unsubscribe, then so be it. I will only lose. Now, let me just say this. If Rev PG Gress Dukes unsubscribe from my channel, I'm only going to lose 7 nights sleep. But that's it. No more. No more than 7 nights sleep will be lost if he unsubscribes from my channel because he has to skip an ad or 2. Or maybe 3. Oh my goodness gracious, 3. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there we go. But 79, she watches the ads but skips the videos. Nice. Very good. All right. Yes, indeed. Yeah, you can skip 3 of them. You can skip. Now, some of them, if they're very short, they'll play for 15 seconds. There's some of them that you can't skip. But they only play for like 15 seconds. But, so some of those, I can't control which ones you can skip or not. But most of them you can skip. But, all right. David Phillips says, I'm loving how silver's gone kind of sideways for a bit. Make a nice base at $90 and then let the fun begin. Yeah, and that's really the question. That's what I really want to see. On the other side of this bull run, what the price of silver is going to be, what is going to be the bottom for silver, what is going to be that support. That's going to be very interesting. All right, very fascinating to see where that is. All right, thank you, David. Cleaner Guy says, I'm still calling. We need a stock crash before silver can go really crazy. Private credit is bigger than most are pretending. I'm just going to keep stacking fiat. There will be a major collapse in all prices. All right, we'll see. There, yep. And sometimes, I think it's good to diversify. Because the one thing about fiat, and by the way, I'm a fan of holding out fiat, of holding fiat as well. But I would say this that when you hold fiat, it does lose because of inflation over time. All right. And let's see here. Ray Candy, do you see Cliff High prediction for silver? No, I don't know who that is. He uses computer scrappers to get the meta information from the internet and see it into the future. Sounds like an AI program. His prediction since 2023 or 2013 is $600 per ounce. He's got the temporal marker for the summer saying you won't like a world of $600 silver. Okay, interesting. All right. And let's see here. Now we've got this. Since yesterday, the upward trend is notable. I wonder if this is the embodiment of what Michael Oliver has been predicting. Slams, which seem to have occurred daily, are not playing out at present. Supply crunch is playing out finally. Who knows? As Rick Rule says, use volatility rather than being used by volatility. In other words, diamond fist, as Sal says. That's right, exactly. There you go. Wise words. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep, and Bozo's right. Better to have cash for emergencies than to have to sell metals on the down day. That's right, exactly. You should only choose to sell your metals, and you can have, if you have the luxury of having cash on hand, you don't have to be forced to sell your metals. All right. Very good. Let's see here. And Maria, who I love Maria, but she's got a serious case of TDS. People are dying for Trump's fantasy. Life is more important than gold and silver. Well, most of the people that are dying are the bad guys. Most of the people that are dying are the bad guys. So I'm okay with that. Who is willing to lose the lives of their sons and daughters for this insane lunatic? We have to grow up and be responsible. The love of money is the root of all evil. Well, but that's not why Trump has gone into Iran. A little cursory study of history will explain it. But anyways, that's all it is. But could not disagree with Maria more on this. I love her to death, but she's got a serious case of TDS. Big time. All right, and let's see. Big Razzo, another historic ratio is the silver to oil. And the ratio was 3.8 ounces to 1 barrel of oil. That's right. I talk about that actually in today's video about the new movement in silver price going above oil again for the second time, climbing, surpassing it. All right, Dad Rivera, remember this simple fact, folks. There's currently no cure for silver's physical supply shortage. The COMEX is just noise, but in time, higher prices are simply inevitable. Sleep well at night, stackers. Yeah, unless the refiners can get their butts in gear and get that silver. That's a possibility, but that's still months away. That's still a couple of months away from that happening. All right, good to see West Texas Stacker is here. Good to see you. And we've got this here. We've got Matt Waldams with this. It says, my pressure time Titan Grip 1 ounce round came today. Love the design and size. I like the smaller, thicker 1 ounce ones. Well, thank you. I'm glad you like that. I appreciate you getting one. They are available and in stock right now, so that's cool. All right. Nice. And let's see here. We've got Ian, MC, Sal, Silver here. How many times will the COMEX shut down while during the critical delivery times and price discovery asking for a friend? Yeah, I don't think it's going to. Well, they may see shutdown and trading. We've seen that before. Who knows? Who knows how many times that's going to happen? That's why people are skeptical of them, because it's never been properly explained, which is why I think it should be investigated. All right. Let's see here. Rich Bishine says, would be nice to see a 15 to 1. That would put silver close to 350 an ounce. Yes, but it's unrealistic, I'm sorry to say. Roller coaster, here we go. Willa says. All right. Yes, indeed. Roller coaster, here we go. That's what we got. Just got notification my Summit Metals rounds are shipped. Had to have it. Nice. Yeah, I still need to get one of those. I'm waiting for them to get their 1 gram bars back in stock. Ray Gilgrath, 90 million. That's low. Like an empty tank. What would happen if Holders takes the delivery? Yeah. Yes, indeed. All right. That's apparently a good chunk of that is apparently registered. I think that's really where the problem is. Zardoz is here. Thank you, Zardoz, for popping in tonight. Anthony Alba. Hunt Brothers will not be repeated because of the banks. COMEX and CME is corrupt and can dump billions into silver in macroseconds. By the way, 1 ounce of silver used to buy you 3 to 6 sheep. Average sheep costs $300 today, so total would be $900 for 3 sheep. Well, Anthony, I appreciate the analogy. Yeah, though, my guess is probably 99.99% of my audience is not out buying sheep. But anyways, all right, let's see here. Oh, man, well, thank you, Dirk Laviller Spieler. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, my friend. I really do appreciate that. I hope the other guy, I forget his name, that came in and complained, reads your comment. Because, yeah, I really appreciate you doing that. It means a lot. Thank you so much. That's one way you can support the channel without actually donating. And by the way, is doing that. But I would say, you know, if you're interested in the product or whatever, or just want to hear what the ad says or what have you. But yes, but thank you. Appreciate that so much. All right, let's see here. And also the other thing that helps the channel is even if you lose interest in a topic that I'm doing, let's say, because sometimes, because I don't do any scripts, I kind of fly off the seat of my, I don't fly off the seat of my pants. I plan out my videos, but I don't have any scripts. And sometimes I may go on a tangent for a portion of the video that you're not interested in. But if you just let that video play out to the end, it does help because watch time is important. And I'm trying my best to keep people engaged, but I know I can't always do that. So if you do let the video play out to the end and open up another video in a different tab, you know, that will help too. That helps a whole lot if you do that. I appreciate it. All right, let's see. Dragon's Eyes, that's because they keep selling it outside the U.S. All right. Yes, indeed. And let's see here. We've got Anthony's. You need a figure to the tweaked CPI. Shadow stats exposes the actual real world inflation we're in. Thus, you need to calculate the Reagan numbers. And then you got a much higher silver along with gold to silver mine output to 1 to 7 right now. Well, again, the mining output is nowhere in any way, shape, or form related to the price, nor should it be related to the price. But the shadow stats, yeah, I understand. But I don't know. I think I tried to look around for shadow stats and I couldn't find it. But honestly, we have to use. I use the numbers, the official numbers, because it's those official numbers that the market reacts to, not the shadow stat figures. Just so you understand. So I've got to use those numbers. All right. Bill 457 says, I was looking at the markets and I go by numbers. I really think that the market has been a little stagnant today. It's picking up a little to me, but it's a mini bull run, silver to 90. Gold is basically the same. Don't believe everything you read. That's right. Yep. That's right. See what happens. Very good. All right. Let's see here. All right. Steve LaPointe, have a good night, my friend. Appreciate you. And B. Williams says here the following: buy now or forever hold your peace. If you can't handle the ups and downs, sell and get out because it's going to be a very bumpy ride. With Basel III and politics all over the literal map and the volatility is too much for some folks. I've been waiting for all of this for a long time. This is just the beginning of a U.S. economy breakdown. It's a worldwide event and it has to take its course. Hopefully this will finally wake up to the last group of people that are too stubborn. We can all move on. Thanks, Sal. Appreciate your opinion and insight. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate yours as well. Very kind of you to comment. Appreciate it. And let's see here. And we've got this from Roaring Mouse from the video from here about the silver price surge we got from the other day. Says this here. Can we have one time when this guy posts a video that we don't have people in the comments talking about how they've been stacking, how long they will buy the dip, or how the government, the banks are crooks? These comments have been made probably about 97,000 times. Let's try and make an original comment. Yeah, you know, and a lot of times it will say that even though my video doesn't necessarily talk about that. But, you know, but it is what it is. I say people, you know, you're free to speak your mind, whatever your thoughts are, no matter what it is. All right, then we got Devin S. Did a little profit taking today. All right. So this is a case where he sold on his own because he chose to. Sold 77 ounces of silver at $86.50, $2 below spot this morning. I paid $37 last summer, so more than double my profit. Still kept my core stack, of course. Just sold the regular bullion rounds. Way to go, Devin. You did well. Hopefully that will you put that money to good use for you. Thank you. Let's see here. We've got this from Ludo. I do follow Willem Middelkoop. Originally from the Netherlands since 2008. We speak in the same language, being Dutch. He publishes in English as well. He fundamentally changed the way I look at investing and savings. I'm very grateful to Willem. Oh, nice. Very cool. Yeah. I probably butchered the pronunciation of his name. All right, very good. I'm slurping for those who suffer from SDS. I hope there's not many. Actually, I did have somebody, JM, somebody comment and it says, I'm going to block you because of all the slurping you do on the channel. He said on the channel, and I said, well, I'm going to slurp even more just to spite you. And thinking that he'd already blocked me. Well, he responded back and says, well, that's just immature. You're going and doing that. And, tell my kid that, that's just so rude and disrespectful. And I said, well, if you're so triggered because of that, he says he'd been watching my channel for a while. Well, I've been slurping for years and years and years and years. That's right. I'm a two-trick pony. I slurp and I call scammers. Okay. And this guy, I said, I've got thousands upon thousands of other videos where I don't slurp. I don't slurp in my videos, just the live streams. And so if you're triggered by that, more likely you were never a fan anyway. So let's see here. Richard Metcalf, I can't help but think that silver will continue to rise in price considering the demand and supply difference. Yep, I think that's the fundamental that's holding it together and keeping it going up there. I agree. All right. Horsecatcher on this afternoon's video about the historical event that happened today with silver. Check it out if you get a chance. I'll bet money it doesn't drop below 80 ever again. Well, I would love to wager that with you, actually. That would be pretty fun because I think it's going to fall below that again. If you hear this response, let me know. We'll come up with it. The last two people that I did bets with, well, no, not the last two. The one guy did pay up, but the last 2 out of 3 have not paid up. I've never heard from them since. And that's right. One of them is at Pakistan is Good. One of the guy was Scott something. He's a real estate agent from many years ago about the 2020 election, where I was dead right on it and he was dead wrong and everything. And he was supposed to pay me $500. He was so sure he bet it $100, and I told him, I said, well, I tell you what, let's raise it to 500 based off of your new conditions. All right, here comes a scammer. Here we go. Hello?
Hey, what's going on, Richard? It's Christian. I was supposed to give you a call a little while ago. I think he told me like 6:20 my time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little late here.
That's okay.
Man.
I actually was waiting for about a half an hour because I blocked out my schedule and everything because I look at my calendar because there's things I could be doing, but that's okay. I do want to put a little bit of a guilt trip on you, so that guilt trip will probably continue through this conversation. But anyways, yes, go ahead. How you doing?
Good, man, good. Just, wanted to go over the basics with you real quick, see exactly, what you were looking for. I mean, are you looking
now,
for
when you say basics, can we, because I actually have a pretty sophisticated mind, can we go into the specific details and maybe get into some quantum mechanics while we discuss this?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Nice.
I mean, so, you borrowed unsecured before?
I'm a very secure guy. I always have the safety on my Tech 9, and whenever I do that, so whenever I'm punctual, in other words, when I'm on time for an appointment, I always make sure that I'm very safe and secure in all my doings throughout life.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, you've never borrowed outside of a bank, correct?
Oh, right. Never borrowed outside of a bank because banks are pretty secure. So usually, yeah. So if you're an unsecure facility that could possibly get burglarized, or if I go to pick up the money from your establishment, it is quite possible that I may run into some opposition or some thievery happening there. That might not be good. So you might want to secure your establishment before you loan to me. What do you think?
That's true, man. I just mean unsecured in the sense it's uncollateralized. So it's unsecured on our end, essentially, not your end. I mean, the money's the same. We just
so if it's uncollateralized, that means it's going to bleed a lot, right? You like to cauterize the wounds. If ever I get a wound, I always like to cauterize it. I take a hot iron and just sear it under the gaping wound, and that just it coagulates the blood, prevents it from bleeding. So we want to be cauterized.
Well, that's it, collateralized.
Oh, collateral. Okay.
The thinking's the same. So basically, we loan people money based on their revenue and not on what collateral they can provide.
Okay.
We also don't do a hard credit pull. I don't know the last time you tried to get money out of a bank, but it's like pulling teeth, and they want to run your credit all to hell. They want collateral for every dime. They want to comb through your tax returns. We don't need any of that. We just take a look at your last 4 months of revenue and make you an offer based on how revenue's been. I mean, with that being said, what industry are you in?
I'm in the manufacturing industry. Yes, indeed. You're gonna love what I manufacture. It's great.
What is it that you manufacture?
Female deodorant.
Okay, good deal.
But it's not just any kind of female deodorant. This is female deodorant that has silver interlaced inside of the deodorant stuff. I mean,
Okay.
and it is a banger. This thing is awesome. This prevents, so if you ever gone on a date with a woman, which I've been known to do that from time to time, I have a very strong sense of smell. And I can smell those pheromones from like 3 miles away. This hides the pheromones. It's so powerful, and it also prevents infection from their underarms and their nether regions. So what they do, the women rub this in their nether regions, underneath both armpits and underneath large breasts if they are 36 double D or more and have a sagging nature to them.
Yeah.
Instead of putting the powder underneath there, you just lift up the breast and you rub the stick of our special deodorant that is patent pending. Not patent Benatar, it's patent pending.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So, talk to me about revenue a little bit. How's that revenue?
Oh,
look
I
the past
thought
couple
you'd
months?
never ask. The revenue, wait for it, 98,000 every single month. Every single month.
So you're in a good position there for some funding from us.
That's what she said.
How much are you looking for?
I am looking for 120,000. Usually people ask how much I'm looking for first, and then they ask, can we reverse the roles? But this is unsecured, so I guess I can understand why you're doing that. You know what I mean?
Well, I will say,
oh, I forgot to mention, not only is the deodorant underneath the breast, but also between the breasts and the cleavage area, because that's an area where sweat can concentrate and the pheromones.
Okay.
So just,
you're taking gear all around the ladies. You got them taken care
well,
of.
no, not all the way around. Let me just break it down for you in the form of a rhyme. We do it underneath the two armpits. We don't take anything with the sticks. We rub it between the butt crack too, and the breast up and down and in between too. That's the ad
I love it, man.
That's
I love it.
been
I'm gonna buy some for my friend Josh's girlfriend.
That's the ad campaign. That's the ad campaign, and we did that rhyme specifically to be razor ready. We did that specifically for razor ready. That's right.
Okay.
And that was market tested. That rhyme was market tested because we're going to do our ad campaign on that.
So I will say, it was a breath of fresh air to hear you say 120.
Yeah.
Because so often when people tell me their revenue and I ask them what they're looking for, it is just completely unattainable based on what they're making.
Well, I know how to get it going.
120 might actually be doable.
See, I'm a realist. I'm a realist about that. You know what I mean? I know exactly all the answers to give to the questions so that I can sound believable.
Our general rule of thumb is it's anywhere from 75% to 150% of what you average monthly.
I like
that. So 120 is going to fall within there.
What about, and I appreciate the rule of thumb now. What about the rule of the pinky? What about the rule of the pinky? I'd like the rule of thumb there, but can you give me the rule of the pinky?
I guess rule of pinky here would be how many deposits do you make a month to your business bank account?
7,000.
7,000 deposits to the bank account? Okay, so
of $98,000, and we're doing 7,000 per month of those. We do them so that we can. We do that to throw off the litigators. We do that to throw off the auditors, and so we sprinkle out the 7,000 in between so that we can get it happening and going on there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, good deal. So, what's a good email address for you, Richard?
Well, I use this line for the last guy. It is going to be, you're not going to want the good email. You're going to want the best email. Okay.
There you go.
So this is something I've scripted out. We've got an award-winning email that has won awards in the state of Washington, Montana, and the Canadian province of Alberta. But Razor Ready, that's the first time he's hearing that, so it's going to sound like a fresh thing for him.
Okay. What's the email then, brother? I want the best email.
All right. That is going to be yt47@compuserve.net.
All right, man.
All right. Does that sound good, brother?
Yeah, I love it. That's the best email.
Sweet home Pennsylvania. I like it.
So where are you located out of?
Monroe, Louisiana. Far away from me. I'm a couple states away from Kentucky, yeah.
Yeah.
But I knew some headhunters out of Kentucky.
Oh, yeah? Is any of them still active?
Nah, they're not quite as active these days, those headhunters. Huh?
I had some people you could have sent them after, man.
Well, but I know a guy named Tom Mabe, though, out of Louisville.
Okay, that's where I'm at.
Yep. Tom Mabe.
Yeah.
Tom Mabe.
Yeah. Yep. Good old Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville.
I imagine he's probably sat across from a bar stool from me at some point here.
He may have. He possibly has. Mm-hmm.
Well, man, I mean, like I said, you got realistic expectations here. 120 probably is going to be something, barring anything crazy on your background or anything like that. I think we should be in good
there's
shape.
Nothing crazy in my background except for, my background right now is I've got a tree swing. We've got a couple of balloons, a Tesla coil, and a barbed wire. That's my background.
There you go.
But it's not too
brother,
crazy.
I'm gonna shoot you an email.
Well, don't shoot it. Don't shoot it. I know you Kentuckians like to shoot your guns, but that's pretty violent. I would prefer you just send it.
We do like to shoot our guns. I mean, I can send you something via carrier pigeon if that's,
Let's do the carrier pigeon. That would be fine. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, once again, his name is Josh. I'm going to send him over. Josh is this guy, my buddy that sits next to me here. He's just listening to me bash him on the phone. It's the best.
How big are his girlfriend's breasts, before we go?
What'd you say?
How big are his girlfriend's breasts?
Josh, how big are your girl's breasts? My guy wants to know, Josh.
A number and letters. A number and letters is what I'm looking for.
He's sulking over there right now. I don't think he wants to tell me.
She must just got breast reduction surgery.
She might have. I know. That'd be a good reason to have a bad day, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I can't believe they even offer that. That guy should go to jail.
Right.
Anyway. I appreciate you, man. You added some color to my day. You're a funny guy.
I'm actually a pasty white guy, so I'm almost an albino, so I'm pretty devoid of color here. Sorry about that.
I'm right there with you, believe me. All right, brother. Well, I'm going to shoot that email over to you.
Well, don't shoot it. Just send it. Don't shoot it. Just send it.
I'm going to carrier pigeon that thing to you. Nice and soft.
All right.
It's pretty short and sweet, man. It's just going to ask you to send over your last 4 months' business bank statements. We're going to take a look at them. We're going to make you an offer based on them.
I like it.
And it's all negotiable, man. If the initial things we get back, if the dollar amount's not quite high enough, if the rate's a little too high, if the term isn't long enough, you give me the feedback you have. I'll go back, see what adjustments I can make, what's within our, abilities, and hopefully we'll come to some sort of agreement, man.
I like it. I like to negotiate. It's the art of the deal.
Yeah.
All right,
sounds
good.
Well, like I said, this isn't banking, man. It's not our way or the highway. We can talk about some things. We can take things back to the drawing board and come to some sort of
let me tell you. This is a famous line that my dad used to say: "Life is a highway, and I want to pave it all night long." Life is a dirt road, and I want to pave it all night long.
There you go. I love it.
That's my philosophy in life.
Well, brother, I'm going to shoot this email to you now. You get those statements to me sometime.
And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go on to Ancestry.com and 23andMe and see if we can get some validation that we are actually brothers, because we might be.
Got to be somewhere down the line, right?
Exactly. All right.
How many pasty white guys can there be?
Exactly right. All right.
Good deal, brother. We'll be on the lookout for that email. I'll be on the lookout for those statements. You get them to me tonight. I'll get working first thing in the morning for you. And we work quick, man. From the time I get the statements, maybe an hour or two, I should have some offers for you.
All right. Okay. Very good. I like it.
Yeah, man. We move quick. All right, brother. Well, I'll be in touch. All right, Richard?
All right, man. Take it squeezy.
Yes, sir. You have a good one.
All right. Bye. Oh, boy. All right. Let's see here. Beats me, man. Upside down world. Hooter Scooter. That's right. Hooter shooter. Oh, man. We don't want to shoot the Hooters. All right. Carrie Taryn says, if that's a 5-ounce liver tab, my first liver tab was one of those. It seems the prices of gold and silver are not following any of the past drivers. Yeah, I know it does seem kind of backwards here, but that is a 5-ouncer. Indeed it is. Thank you, Zombie Killer. Appreciate it. That's hilarious. Love the trolling. Thank you. I appreciate that, Zombie. I appreciate that so much, my friend. Let me give you 2 push-ups. Yeah. Glad you guys enjoyed that. All right. 1 and 2. Nice. Thank you. All right. Appreciate that. All right. David says oil profits going back into metals. Nice. Nice. All right. Bozo says markets are flat. All right. Let's see here. It looks like silver's up 22 cents tonight. So up marginally, but yeah, relatively stable now. Oil profits going back into metals. Yeah, could be some part of it. JM Unleashed, look at that. JM Unleashed has gifted 5 Salivate Metal memberships across the bow. Thank you, JM. Let's give you 5 push-ups for that. You are the man. Here we go. All right. 5 push-ups. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Man, thank you, JM. Unleashed. He is. Check his channel out, by the way. Great guy. We appreciate JM. Awesome indeed. Let's see here. All right. And let's do another one here. We've got on today's video saying the following. Oil and energy are driving price because so much of the pricing now is on metals that will be produced in the future. So when the oil price goes up, the metal prices are going to go down as a result of the stocks of the producers going down. Miners are driving the physical price instead of the other way around. Yeah, well, I don't know. Miners, they're based off of fuel price. If oil price goes up, then their cost is going to go up. So I think I disagree with that. The oil price goes up, the metals prices should go up because of the cost to produce them in time. But that takes a while for that to cycle through. So in immediacy, but I don't know that there's really a whole lot of inference there because usually when oil goes up, gold and then silver goes up because of that. But anyways, all right. But thank you for your thoughts. And I think this is the same guy who he's got to be new here because I've never seen this guy before. But this is the guy that complained about the ads. But anyways, all right. Russell says, I've given up trying to figure out these markets. The speed that silver rose and has sustained over 70 has been unexpected and not historically tied to previous actions. I do believe 70 will be the floor for a long time. People want security and precious metals give them outside of government systems. Yeah, that very well could be the case. It makes sense, with everything that's going on, but I don't know. I don't know that that's going to be, because I still think we're in the bull run. I think when we really won't know until after the bull run. And I think after the bull run, we could still see, I'm stubbornly going to say it, that we may touch. In other words, even if it's for a split second, we may see $50 silver again. I still think that's a possibility. And most of this year, it may be a while before we get to a point where we'll figure out what that's going to look like on the other side of this. All right. All right, folks. Well, hey, I got to get off of here. Why? Because I got to get back to work and produce another video. You guys are awesome. Stay tuned tomorrow night. You don't want to miss tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a very special broadcast. You don't want to miss it. Special live event tomorrow at 6 p.m. because I will not be here Friday. I will not be here Friday due to a prior engagement. So I hope you will join me. It's a special surprise. But here's a hint. After the event is over tomorrow, the special live event, you'll know exactly what it is. I'll know, you'll know, we'll all know. That's right. Sure will. All right, have a wonderful evening, everybody. I'm going to leave you with this sage piece of advice, and that is to keep your feet on the stars and keep reaching for the ground. Take care, all. See ya.